Oh, excuse me. Hey, welcome to it's B time, baby.
I gave you an assignment for this.
You did?
For this
podcast. I don't remember what you told me to do.
Well, what I told you I needed you to do was to bury certain feelings.
Oh, which ones?
Well, when we recorded last, the NBA...
I don't recall what you're talking about, but
when we recorded last, the NBA draft lottery had yet to happen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
even before,
yeah.
So even before the Pelicans got the number 1 overall pick and the rights to draft Zion Williamson, you had a lot of misdirected rage.
Okay, I just want to say it's not misdirected rage. It's a totally rational set of arguments, but go ahead.
That's probably the least accurate that you've ever said.
Okay,
and that's saying something.
Totally rational to think that maybe New Orleans can't quite support a basketball team, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that this whole Blazers 2019
playoff...
Okay,
it doesn't have any fucking thing to do with the fucking Blazers getting swept last year.
I just think that the 2019 run that they're on right now...
What do you think? The fuck do you think?
I think that it has unlocked a deeper level of your emotional connection to sports here. And... it's kind of gnarly, man. Seeing some pretty gnarly Corbs takes out here.
I'm sorry. It's gnarly?
Yeah.
You're seeing some gnarly Corbs takes?
That's what I said. I mean, I don't think that I stuttered.
That's all I have to say. Boom.
Just sort of misshapen.
Well, you know what? You know what? I feel like you're hiding from the energy. Because you're
hiding from what energy?
This gnarly energy or whatever. Maybe there's some truth in here.
No, there's definitely not. I'm just finding fandom in general during these playoffs to be such a fucked up and perverse endeavor. And I'm just sort of like wondering why I even care about this stuff at this point. Because I see people just losing their fucking minds, and you're part of that.
Wow.
And
wow.
And I just am not sure.
Sorry, maybe sorry. I want to care. Man.
It just the logic with which you suggest something that I have a hard time even quoting you on because of how idiotic. It's like I don't like to say things that reach a certain level of idiocy, even if I'm just quoting them. But your suggestion has been that New Orleans shouldn't have a team.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Which is just like. And in the logic that you use to reach this conclusion is just like startlingly similar to the logic that Rahm Emanuel uses to close schools.
Wow. Huh.
It's just like textbook neoliberal severity, and you need to back away from the energy. Just put it down. Corbin, put the take down. Walk away from the take.
How sad would New Orleans really be if they lost their team?
I guess we'll have to have somebody who's actually from there on the podcast instead of just relying on your subjective, far away, regionally driven.
It seems like they like the Saints a lot.
They should. Well, of course they do.
Yeah, I'm just saying, You really ever see that same fucking energy out there for the Pelicans or the Hornets?
They were getting pretty rowdy last year when the team was deconstructing everything that the Blazers do.
Sorry, what? Okay, now I feel like you're the one. You're trying to get it out of me now.
I sort of, but I'm also just like saying things that are true.
They weren't that rowdy.
They were pretty rowdy.
No
I watched it.
No Rip City, baby. A woo.
Well, there's a much longer tradition there in Portland, of course. It takes time to build a tradition
There's
like
not
that.
a much longer... No, because they've had teams since the 70s on and off.
Okay, well, what did you just say? On and off. You ever heard of a thing called continuity?
They've had a fucking team for like 10 years. They don't like them. They don't like them that much. There's no.
Oh yeah, what's your source for this claim?
Me? What? Their attendance is low. Their ratings are low.
Their attendance is fine.
Okay.
It's like league average.
It's significantly below league average. I looked it up.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
And
even
it is.
I'm going down a slope with you that I don't value this logic even. So we should probably just move on, because I can tell that as much as I want you to take your grimy hands off of this grimy take, you're not going to. It is sort of my emotional hope.
They're just gonna fuck up Zion's career. That's what's gonna happen. Zion shouldn't even have to go there.
All right, so as long as you've got the crystal ball in your hands, let's try to figure some other stuff out here.
All right.
Who's gonna be the next president? Who's gonna win the 2020 election?
I don't know. Whoever wins the Democratic primary.
Well, you seem to have a lot of confidence in the way Zion Williamson's career is going to go, even though that is the story that's yet to be told. Mm-hmm. But you don't know about the
I just know the Saints are going to fuck it up.
Who are the Saints?
Yeah,
Zion Williamson's playing for the Saints.
You know why I'm calling them the fucking Saints? Because that's how they operate their fucking franchise. Like, this is like, they should just call them the fucking basketball Saints, the New Orleans Hoop Saints. That's what they should fucking do.
They're probably not going to do that.
Yeah, well, they should.
I just like...
Because that's how they operate the fucking team.
I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, well, they should. I'm the one who wants this franchise out of a market where they are inherently second-class citizens. If anything, I am a basketball advocate, sir.
The team are second class citizens?
Yeah. To the Saints, to the
millionaire athletes. The millionaire athletes are second class citizens.
Yes.
You know what they really like in New Orleans?
What?
Celebration.
Eating seafood on bread.
I mean, that's pretty good stuff.
Huh, not for me so much. Vegetarianism. You fucking heard of it? Trying to reduce the amount of suffering in the world. Unfucking believable.
I just this is just so gnarly, dude. I can't even tell how much you're joking.
Yeah, guess what? Me fucking neither, dog.
Shit's getting real weird.
Yeah.
My brain is not working well.
Yeah. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why this always makes me mad. I just feel like everybody goes, "No, they should just have it. Why not? Blah, blah, blah." No, they should fucking move the team to a bigger market that doesn't have a team. Because nobody gives a shit. And they also, part of it is just like, them winning the lottery of all the people is the one that pisses me off most. I don't fucking know why. It's just because it's gonna be it's just gonna be a swamp. That's all that's gonna fucking happen. Is that Zion's gonna go there. The team is going to cycle through a bunch of mid-level swampy role players, and eventually he's gonna fucking leave.
Okay, so again, now that the crystal ball's back up, let me ask you.
That's just okay. Do you think that's not going to happen? Do you really think that's not going to happen?
Well, where do you think I'm 5 years from now? What do you think I'll be doing with my life?
Beaten off somewhere, probably.
Okay, that's not specific enough. Yes, I'll probably continue to masturbate, but where do you think I'll live? What do you think I'll be doing for money? You know, that kind of stuff. You'll
probably be a professor. I don't know if you'll still be an adjunct.
Think I'll still be in Chicago?
Probably.
Yeah, I probably will be.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be married. I don't know if you'll be married or anything.
Right, me neither. I don't know, but you do know exactly how Zion's career in New Orleans.
I don't even know like what your dating situation is lately.
Right. Well, I'm not going to talk about that on a podcast.
Why
not? That's not something I want to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's my personal wife. You're a fucking wimp, dude.
I'm a what now?
I said you're a fucking wimp. Talk about your fucking personal life, you coward.
I don't think it's very good content anyway.
No, everybody. Oh, fuck you. You are so fucking wrong. You know you're wrong about this. Everybody is sitting here like, oh man, I hope John talks about his personal life.
I don't think so, actually.
No, they totally fucking are. This is fucking ridiculous. Are you telling me that if you were listening to Round Ball Rock and it started to slide off into their personal lives, like you're not thirsting for that fucking content? Where Joey is like, my girlfriend told me I have to clip my nails or whatever.
Oh wow! Now that you paint it that way, it gets down to people telling other people they got to clip their nails. Now, wow! That's all I want to hear.
I'm just saying, you're so fucking wrong. People are fucking thirsting for what's Wilmes' dating situation. You on any apps, John? What's going on?
I think that what people are a little more curious about is your
any apps?
Your interpretation of
Mr.
Game 1.
Mr. Wilmes, the court demands to know: are you on any apps, sir?
I played the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Wow. I hold you in contempt of podcast court, sir.
Western Conference Finals Game 1.
Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Are you on the apps? What's going on? When was the last date you went on, John?
So I think that probably it's true that we don't care. Nobody cares because, I mean, what's really going to happen in that series?
Okay. All right. Here's John. He's like, hey, I don't want to bring that kind of energy to the show today. That's what he fucking says. And then he fucking brings this to my fucking doorstep? Can you believe this shit?
I mean, it is a basketball podcast.
Unfucking believable. It's not a basketball. First off, it's a generalized sports podcast. I'm tired of people saying it's only a basketball podcast. Talk about a lot of different kinds of sports on here. Man.
Okay, well,
baseball,
take a look at the logo,
the Olympics,
first of all.
I don't even like the logo that much, first off.
I guess we're going to get a new one.
Hope sooner or later. I'm trying to figure out who to pay it. If anybody's interested in getting a little money to design it, hit me up. But what were we talking about? The Western Conference Finals? Yeah, I don't know. Blazers lost. Who gives a fuck? They're going to win the next one. Fuck you.
Do you think they're going to win tonight?
Sure. Why not?
Look into that crystal ball again and tell me how that's going to work.
Oh, well, I'm looking at the crystal ball. Oh, was it? Is it? Oh, the crystal ball is just wondering if you're on any of the apps. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's just.
Why do you care?
It just wants to know when your last date was. Like, that's the first thing it asks before it's giving me the answer. Because it's way more interesting than what's going on in the Western Conference Finals. And everyone fucking knows it.
Right, because there's no, there's really no possibility of anything happening in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in your dating life for a second. Which, I mean,
well, no, I am a little flattered. I'm a little flattered that you think that A, you care this much, and that B, you think that there's, as there's more growth potential.
I don't know. You're my friend. Like, it's wrong for me to want you to love somebody, man. To experience
like I said,
the wonders of love.
Well, it's flattering to me that you think there's more growth potential in my love life than there is in the remainder of the Blazers season.
I think the Blazers are going to win tonight. I don't know. Maybe they won't. Who gives a shit? What I care about...
You definitely give a shit.
Oh, no, I definitely give a shit. I want them to win very badly.
Yeah.
I want them to drive a stake in the heart of the Warriors. who I regard as being nearly beneath contempt. You know what? I want the Curry parents. I want them to stop acting like they want the Blazers to win.
And you want them to root for the Warriors and then end up humiliated and disappointed for their decision.
But also I want them to root for the Warriors because they're clearly like fucking lying. If they're sitting here acting like they don't get more out of their more talented son winning this series.
I feel like your dream scenario is the Blazers winning it all, but you're the only Blazers fan.
Yo, I gotta tell you, dude, that does not sound so bad.
You get to sit on a literal throne and enjoy it just on your own.
I got I've got a big ham and I'm holding it by the bone.
Yeah, you would give up vegetarianism in this fantasy.
Yeah, of course. And and I've got like a big cape and a crown, and the crown has like a pinwheel on it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Why do you think that? That's not actually a thing. Why was that where you went to?
Well, you did start to say that certain people who are, in your eyes, pretending
when was
to
the last
support
time
the
you
Blazers.
went on a date, though? When was the last time you went on a date, though? Seriously.
Why don't you guess?
Month ago?
Well, that's wrong.
2 months.
So I guess that, you're just wrong. No, that's wrong also.
Was it early? Is it like this week?
I'm just telling you if you're wrong or not. But I'm also,
was it this week?
No, I was like in Tennessee like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Was it last week?
Does doing my job count as going on a date?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, well then no. That didn't do last week.
Okay, so it's been a while, it sounds like. Has it been like 6 months?
I don't really have time to do that.
I mean, it's been a while for me, too, if we're all being honest.
Now I have time. It's the summer because I don't work that hard, so I can do it.
Well, you work.
But during the semesters, during the school year, I just really don't have the energy for that shit.
Wow. I mean, that's no good, though.
Oh, I agree.
It's such an essential part of life.
Well, now you're starting to sound like my therapist.
Oh, really?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh. Do you have you talked to your therapist about me?
No.
No? Wow. Okay.
No, I mean, I don't go very often. I don't really have time for that either, honestly.
I also don't talk to my therapist about you, honestly. So.
Well, that's good. You shouldn't.
Why shouldn't I? You're part of my life.
Nobody should talk about me in therapy.
Nobody in the world should? What about your parents?
My parents don't go to therapy. They're evangelical Christians.
I thought they were Catholics.
Well, until recently.
Oh, really? They did the we hate the communist pope thing?
I don't know exactly what their reasoning was because I avoid talking about it with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Saw them last night. They're, they got some weird energy. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
My dad is retired now. Do you have a retired parent?
No. My dad might, he's working for a company in which he has equity. And if there's a buyout, he might be transitioning to that phase of his life.
Aha. Yeah, so when you have a retired parent, and I'm sure anyone who's listening will agree with me, there's a certain concern that comes with that because it's like, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what they're doing is just like filling their brain with like, the gamified ideology of cable news all day, and just like getting lost in the sea of punditry.
Let's just say it. They're not on the apps.
My parents are not on the apps.
Yeah.
No. My mom is still working, so I'm not as concerned about her. My dad, it's like, it's like online poisoning, I think is actually probably better than like cable news poisoning.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, unless you get a specific kind of online poisoning. Online poisoning has a wider variety of outcomes.
Right. Yes. There's some pretty gnarly online poisoning. Like you have some for sure.
Wait, what? Because I want the fucking Blazers to win? Is that it?
Pretty much.
Because I'm the only one who's willing to speak hard truths on the New Orleans Pelicans, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't want to.
Wilmes, you are not even on the apps right now. I don't know if you have space to judge me.
Well, I didn't say whether I was or not.
Oh, okay.
But I was talking to a friend of the program.
Ladies out there, if you have seen John on the apps, hit us up. Send us a picture of John's profile so I can share it on the internet.
Please never do that.
If anybody out there has seen John, I'm even going to use your real name, John Wilmes's online dating apps, please take pictures of them and send them to me.
I don't want to shame you too much because what I see is that you're just like very deep into your fandom because your team is, doing very well. And that's great.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a friend of the program, Ricky O'Donnell.
Big Rick.
He was Big Rick. He was listening to the last one and he said that he was crying, laughing at how triggered you were over various events. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of losing his mind, huh? And then Ricky was like, yeah, but when the Sox are good, that's exactly how I'm going to be. And I was like, yeah, I'll be there with you. So, we all have our time.
Yeah.
We all have our time.
Thank you, John.
But that is what it is it's a time for you.
I want you to know something. I'm putting this one on the regular feed.
Well, okay, do whatever you want.
Okay, because this is the content people crave.
Well, I'm not sure if it is, but they'll be able to listen to it in any event.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
I was down in Tennessee for this wedding, and the groom, his brother, has a newer dog named Wilma.
Good name.
And his girlfriend, sort of casually, you have a pet, you call it like 1,000 different nicknames around the house, right?
Like if I had a dog named Wilmes, I'd be like, hey, Wilmsy, Wilmsy.
Well, that's kind of where we're going. That's kind of where we're going with this. She incidentally started calling the dog Wilmes. Because his name is Wilma, and she's like, "Hey, come here, Wilmes." But it's like,
did you like a dog, like look up from your beer and like amble over to her?
Not precisely, but there was some moments of cognitive dissonance for sure.
So they brought a dog to the wedding?
This was the day after the wedding, but there was a dog at the wedding. Yeah.
I mean, you got to bring a dog to the wedding.
Pablo, the dog, was the ring bearer at the wedding. So
that's cute. Yeah. I mean, they don't know any children. That's occasionally how I feel about dog ring bearers. Is like, oh, you don't know any children.
Well, there's a pretty easy retort to that, and I think you know what it is, right?
I don't actually. What is it?
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I have a friend who every time...
So she was saying
every time we try to... That's the whole story. There's no more to tell.
Okay, cool. Tell me about your friend then.
Every time we try to make plans to do something and they don't end up working out because I have to work. I have to teach I have to do a lecture or something. He'll text me the Michael Jordan black and white. You've seen the meme, right? Michael Jordan, black and white with the Jumpman logo, and it just says "fuck them kids."
Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other Michael Jordan memes we want to talk about? That was the team that deserved Zion.
The Hornets, yeah. I mean, that's what I wanted, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
1% chance.
Yeah, the chances were so low. But I wanted to live in that universe so bad, where MJ is like sitting courtside, like shit talking Duke, and ruining Zion's career. Like that was what I wanted.
There's I think it's the North Carolina, or no, I'm sorry, I think it's just like I don't know if it's the Duke Hall of Fame or the North Carolina Hall of Fame, whatever it is. In one of these things, there's a letter, Michael Jordan's letter to Coach K, saying that he was choosing to go to.
Yes, I'm familiar with this. I don't quite know why I'm familiar with it, but yeah. What did he say?
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see Duke lose out on a prospect like young Michael Jordan.
Do you think that all this like Zion cynicism that you've performed all season, do you think that you would still be doing that if you went to Kentucky?
No, I wouldn't have.
You probably would have been like, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, like, there's a big percentage of this that just has to do with my contempt for the institution of Duke University.
I don't like Coach K.
Yeah. Who does?
He's a massive prick.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I've seen him be
that kid.
A huge prick. Yeah, fuck that kid, exactly.
Yeah. He does kind of look like a kid. Or like a gnome.
No, he's a smaller guy for sure. And if I ever see him at media availability again, you know what I'm going to do?
Dunk on him?
I'm just going to pat him on the top of the head and go like, boop, boop, boop.
You're going to do that?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I don't know if that's professional behavior.
Well, I might get arrested for it. But...
Yeah. You really think you get arrested for it?
No.
I mean, I guess the cops are always looking to defend Coach K.
Exactly, yeah. Just imagine just a couple of guys on patrol, roadside with donuts and coffee, and they get the call.
Somebody booped Coach K.
An ironic 32-year-old is mocking, of all people, basketball's greatest white patriarch.
Coach, they just cock their guns. They don't even. They just walk to wherever they ask them to be, guns fully cocked and loaded.
Yeah, well, they just start firing.
Yeah,
they start driving and they're firing the whole way there,
like in the air.
Yeah.
They're yelling Yahoo.
Yeah, they're yelling
Yahoo. You know what kind of gun a cop doesn't have? A blunderbuss.
What kind? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's like a shotgun with like a spreads out at the end.
Oh, I see that. It looks a little old fashioned, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean,
kind of a steampunk look to it.
I mean, not everything's steampunk, John.
Well, this looks a little steampunk.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like Nick Nurse often looks a little steampunk on the sidelines.
Oh, you're trying to talk about the fucking playoffs? I watched a game last night, or I tried to, and I might have fallen asleep because I didn't get enough sleep the night before.
I'm not sure that either of these series is going to like really compel my attention.
You know what? I think that a lot of people were like, oh my God. Oh, this game is unbelievable. This series is going to be great about the Raptors-Bucks thing. And I want to make it clear that last night's game was really good. It was good to see Kyle Lowry performing well in a playoff game.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Lowry clearly did mushrooms before this series.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry had some ego death before this one, I think.
He's playing fearless.
Yeah. But also, I think there's a real possibility that might be the only good game in this series.
I agree with you. The Bucks haven't been in any real fights. And so they just needed to acclimate to playing against a team who's like really sharpened by, a 7-game struggle.
Yeah. Like there's a possibility that the Bucks are going to come to the next one with adjustments and drive and just like annihilate the fucking Raptors.
I think that's a distinct possibility. And they're like they win the way like a team with a really big running back wins in football, right? They just wear you down.
Yeah.
because Giannis goes harder than anyone can go. And they have a lot of guys who also they just go super hard. They just attack and attack and attack. And eventually you're just going to start giving them more space. And they don't really change because they're not worn out, because you're more worn out than them, because they go harder than you.
Yeah.
And they don't get neurotic about it. They just do the same thing over and over, and it works. I mean, there are various permutations to the attack, so it's not like it's not like aesthetically homogenous by any means, but it is the same simple penetrate, try to get something at the rim, and then otherwise move the ball around. They're good at it, and they're just more athletic. Like, Marc Gasol is going to die before this series is over. He cannot handle this.
You think they're going to crucify him?
They might.
If you, who is the NBA player you can most easily imagine being crucified?
Westbrook.
Oh, interesting.
Chris Paul.
I don't. Yeah, I see it.
Not Steph.
Not Steph. No.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
You would just like smile.
Yeah, I don't want to play into that Steph as Jesus narrative at all. No, so I'm just gonna say
he's like clearly not.
Man, my dad was super trying to talk about Jesus last night.
All right.
Like 3 drinks in, he was like, well, let me ask you this: do you think that humans can live on the world alone? I was just like, I can't talk about this right now.
What? What does he mean, live on the world alone?
There's a lot of context that I'm not going to provide, but that was something he said in the middle of an otherwise pretty casual conversation, and he started getting into the veracity of scripture and all of this.
You know what? You know what, Wilmes? You really do need a wife. Because you need family who don't do this.
Well, I have family who doesn't do this.
Okay. All right.
My sister, my brother.
Hiking.
Yeah.
You see Hiking yet?
No, I haven't. Probably tomorrow. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it, but
Okay. Just curious.
Probably tomorrow.
Just curious.
Yeah. I've been in Tennessee and taking care of all my grades were due. Yeah. Well, the Warriors Blazers game 2 tonight. Corbin, what adjustments would you like to see the Blazers make?
I think that this drop back on Steph thing is a fucking terrible idea, and they should not continue to do it.
What's the alternative?
I don't know. I guess blitz him on the top of the pick and roll, which is also a bad idea because what's his name is so fucking bad at it. Who's that? Enes Kanter.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Maybe it might be time to give Aminu some run at center. Wouldn't really be a big deal because it's not. I mean, because he's basically the same size as Draymond. That's what I think.
You think they're gonna win, huh?
Sure, why not?
There's really no penalty for saying it and being wrong.
Yeah, there's not.
They're not going to take away your take license.
No, you can't. I mean, look, you can't take away a motherfucker's take license, baby.
That's the thing about takes. You can never lose your license. What we need to do is set up the department of takes.
The take department.
We need take regulation.
Need to get old Bob Moses on that.
Who's Bob Moses?
Robert Moses, New York Power Broker. Anyway, I've been reading the Power Broker.
You're reading that book. Isn't that like a 2,000-page book?
It's I think 1,500 pages, somewhere around there. It's long.
How is it?
It's awesome. I'm basically on a schedule with it where I read 50 pages of it every day. And so
at that rate it'll take like
What?
You'll take like the summer to read it at that rate.
No, I won't, because I'm already 400 in.
It'll take like a month.
Yeah. Is that a long time?
Cool.
I don't know. Like,
no, not for a book. Not for a book of that length.
Yeah. So I'm just, I try to block out an hour in my day every day where I sit down and I read 50 pages. Usually ends up being about 2 chapters of The Power Broker. Anyway, yeah.
Tell me what you've learned. What have you learned?
What have I learned? Robert Moses liked making a lot of parks. That's the main thing. He really liked parks a lot.
He likes parks.
He also liked Governor Al Smith a lot. And the main thing Robert Moses kind of likes doing, it seems like, is creating positions for himself, writing the legislation to make those positions, and in the legislation giving himself entirely too much power in very like subtle and small ways, and then ramming it through various legislatures.
Sounds kind of like Ben Simmons.
It is?
Well, creating position for himself, maybe having too much power. I don't know.
I mean, kind of a stretch, but all right. And so that's what he'll do. That's what he'll do, is that because he's smart and he's like good at stuff. I mean, we're starting to get to the okay. He's like he's weird because we're gonna get to the parts where he starts to like massively displace people and stick them in hideous public housing to get the things he wants to do done. But also we're kind of at the point still a little bit right now where we're like, wow, they really did need these fucking parks. And this guy was the only one who seemed to want to do it. But it's starting to like fade over into like, but also there's one story in the book where he's on a commission with some guy, and the guy says something to him. Oh, he calls him an anti-Semitic slur, and Moses just gets super like fuck you about it and just chokes the guy for a while and has to be like pried off of him. And what ends up happening is that guy gets taken off the commission, and then Robert Moses gets to appoint a new guy in his place.
So he choked a guy.
Yeah, so he chokes a guy, and there's absolutely no fucking consequences for it. It even worked in his favor.
So maybe another basketball comparison. The choking, I automatically think of John Paxson, of course,
sure,
who also choked someone, and who also suffered no consequences for it. Because
who did John Paxson choke? I don't remember this.
Vinny Del Negro.
Is this on video?
And no, it was reported by Woj, I think, but suffered no consequences for it because, of course, the Lord Jerry Reinsdorf allows him to do what he pleases.
I'm looking at a blog post by Ziller here, and the headline on it is Bulls John Paxson admits he should have not choked Vinny Del Negro.
Cool headline, yeah. But so for Robert Moses, there's almost like
the second story on here is by Melissa Isaacson. And the headline is Vinny Del Negro aggressor, not John Paxson.
Melissa Isaacson said that?
Yeah.
Well, you know what Melissa Isaacson does?
Uh-huh.
She just runs counter for the organization. She's always done that.
Is that real?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh shit.
That's her thing. She comes out of the woodwork pretty infrequently, but it's always to do like exactly that. When Rose was injured and they were like, "Oh, he can play."
Oh yeah, they were feeding
no,
all
I
that
can't play.
They were feeding all that to Melissa Isaacson.
Yeah, she was the one. Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't come out very often. It's like only to do that.
It's only to do that. Wait, what's her job?
I think she's just like a writer for ESPN or something. I don't even know where it is, but I think that's where she's previously posted this.
Apparently, this happened because they were arguing about Joakim Noah's minutes.
Oh, she's actually a lecturer at Northwestern Medill School of Journalism.
Oh, but sometimes
is being a great journalist by working PR for Jerry Reinsdorf.
By shilling for Reinsdorf.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what she's teaching over there at Northwestern.
Look, if Jerry here's the first lesson of journalism school, kids. If Jerry Reinsdorf tells you to do something, you fucking do it.
Yeah, capital J, baby. Cozy up to a billionaire and see if he's got some nuggets he wants you to launder.
And if he says he does, do that for him. And then they say, and then you use that access to... And then she goes, no. You don't use the access for anything. You kind of just only do this.
I feel like I'm having a massive come down right now in terms of NBA joy.
Why?
Lottery was really fun. Like the broadcast of it, the event of it, it was like really hyped. And like watching it unravel with like the new flat odds was like pretty joyous. When the Lakers did do very well getting picked number 4. That's a big thing for them. But at the moment that they got picked 4, I was afraid that they were going to get picked number 1.
Uh-huh.
And so when they came up as 4, I like hollered like more than I ever have for like a team making a shot that I wanted to make a shot probably. I was just like, yes! Because Zion, there was like a 10-minute period of my life where I was like, oh my God, Zion's going to the Lakers and I have to stop watching basketball. Like I can't even be a part of this. But that was all fun. And then the second round of the playoffs was basically like incredible. And now I think that with the draft lottery over and the second round over and these conference finals, frankly, they're just competitively flat. I'm not gonna have that same level of NBA joy for a little bit here. At least the next week or so.
Because the Blazers Warriors series is gonna be so fucking bad. Is that it?
I'm sorry, but yes, it's not going to be watchable.
Hey, John, fuck you. I hope you never get on the apps.
Well, I don't want to.
I'm sorry. I hope you get on the apps.
Well, it does. That's not really like the determinant of whether I'm happy or not.
No. I hope you figure out how to get on the apps soon. You know.
Figure it out. It's not complicated.
No, I hope you figure out how to use your app store to get on the apps.
Well, that's the part that's not complicated.
Okay.
Ugh. Anyway, can I do a quick update on John Gardner literary criticism?
Oh, finally.
Hates Vonnegut.
Okay. Interesting.
He's basically just saying, like, this guy's just scribbling. It's just a series of squibbles. Doesn't really care about humanity. He's proud of himself for writing pithy sentences, short, terse sentences that anyone can read. He's only exploring the form in order to, brag about his own detachment.
I half agree with that. I don't think that the purpose is detachment there. If anything, I think that he's kind of a sentimentalist.
In his older work, he absolutely became a bit of a sentimentalist.
Yeah. Because he's
anyway. I mean, I'm not even agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just saying this is what this guy is going off about, and I'm enjoying him going off
on Vonnegut. I've only read
right. I mean, it's like I've never really been brave enough to think about literary criticism as like a take factory, and to think of a good literary critic as like Stephen A. Smith. But now I'm starting to think about that.
You think that this John Gardner guy is the Stephen A. Smith of books?
This is definitely the hottest literary takes that I've come across in quite a while. Yeah.
Cool. Anyone else he shits on, or?
Barth for sure. Philip Roth for sure.
He shits on Philip Roth.
He says that Roth is creepy.
Yeah.
Which he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't go too hard, buddy.
Well, he overindulges his horniness, obviously.
Okay. Wow. He got him.
Well, these are things that are not just like cosmetic to Gardner. It's like a fundamental, disqualifier to him.
Oh. I mean, he doesn't think that Philip Roth is doing that on purpose.
Well, in fairness to Gardner, most of Philip Roth's best work, in my esteem, was after he died. Was written after Gardner died.
I don't know if I quite agree with that. When did Gardner die?
82.
So what are you qualifying as his best work?
American Pastoral.
I think that the early Zuckerman books I prefer those.
Too horny.
Too horny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that some of them are too horny. I'm very fond of the Ghost Rider, which isn't that horny. It's mostly just weird.
Barely remember it.
Also, Goodbye Columbus is very good.
Oh, I don't like that one.
Really?
Sentimental tripe.
It's so mean at the end, though. I don't know if I agree that it's sentimental.
I guess you didn't read it.
I did. Twice, I think.
Well.
And it's almost sentimental, but then it starts to get like mean and weird at the end. That's what I always.
I barely remember.
Okay. Well.
Would you trade the Blazers' current circumstances for them to instead have the number one pick in this draft?
How bad are the circumstances they have instead?
It's basically the same team, but they don't have Damian Lillard.
No, man.
Or CJ. No Dame or no CJ.
No, I wouldn't want that.
Okay. You wouldn't do that.
Nah.
Which playoff teams do you think would be better off if they were just like, instead of being where they are,
they sucked?
If instead of being where they are, they had the number one pick and could take Zion.
One sec.
There's some of them it's obviously the case, like the Magic, you know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Let's see. The Warriors for sure.
The Pistons, obviously, not the Warriors.
No, I'm sorry, not the Pistons, not the Warriors. On a certain level, I kind of feel like the Sixers.
Yeah, that's wrong, but sure.
Okay.
That's just obviously wrong.
What about the Celtics?
But I think that the Celtics would be in a better position if they were just about to draft Zion.
Yeah, because the Celtics are about to go through this cycle where Kyrie's going to leave, and they're going to be like, all right, Jalen and Tatum, go ahead. And then it's not going to work because they're not that good.
Yeah, Kyrie's about to leave, and then the Horford dilemma is one where, I don't know if he'll stay or leave, but if he leaves, you don't have him anymore, which is bad. But also if he stays and gets
also
onto
don't have him
contract,
anymore.
Right, because he's getting old.
Yeah. I think there's a case to be made that maybe it would do the Rockets good to be in a reset.
There's a case to be made, but I think the Rockets are in a good position because the Warriors are not going to be able to keep this up. I don't think this is their last run. I don't think that next year is their last run. I don't know what's going to happen, but things are going to be opening up, and there can be like a 2011 Mavericks moment for them.
Spurs
would be way better off if they were in that position.
Yeah, probably. I don't think the Nuggets would be by a mile.
No, I think that Jokic is one of the best players.
We shouldn't presume that Zion's going to be better than Jokic.
We should definitely not presume that. That's presuming that he's going to be a top 5 player.
Yeah. I don't think we should even presume he's better than the Damian Lillard.
I don't think we should presume it, but I think he will be.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
I just think he will be.
What the fuck did you just say to me, Wilmes?
I think that physically speaking, Zion Williamson...
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that all sports is about to you? Just, he has nothing to do with spirit, leadership.
Well, physically speaking, he projects to be a player who you can never take out of the game.
God damn it! What the fuck? You can't say that shit about Damian Lillard! You son of a bitch! You motherfucker!
Yeah, I mean, they've taken him out of the series 2 years in a row
what
now.
The fuck? What the fuck did you guys say? The fuck did you say about Damian Lillard? You motherfucker!
Well, it's true. We've seen it. We've seen it happen. And and Corbin, you know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
You hate to see it.
Sorry, you hate to see what?
Lillard getting taken out of a series.
What the fuck? The fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, I just don't think that if Zion Williamson was in a 7-game series and the other team was like, oh, we'll just stick Gary Harris on him, I don't really think that would be a solution.
I mean, you don't really know that yet.
What'd you say?
So you don't really know that yet?
Yeah, I just don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will.
Huh.
Zion's very big. Apparently his stepdad is saying Zion's excited to play for the Pelicans.
Yeah, his stepdad's fucking lying.
Well, you don't even know him, so...
I mean, come on, his stepdad's fucking lying.
You know what I would like to see, though? And I completely understand, so I'm not, trying to say, it's whack that Zion doesn't want to play there, or it's whack that anyone doesn't want to play anywhere. If you're going to be a top-shelf talent, I understand why you want to go to certain places.
Uh-huh.
As long as you're not fucking completely graceless about it the way Anthony Davis has been, it's fine, I get it. But you know what I want to see?
What if you're only marginally graceful about it like Ben Simmons?
That's not really a thing.
Okay. Give it half a year.
Right. Again, I mean, yeah. Now that you got the crystal ball back out, I got some questions for you. But,
die along.
Anyway, die along. Cool.
Yeah.
What I want to see is a guy like Zion, some big talent, who's going to be number one, and they don't give a fuck who wins the lottery because they're like, wherever I go, that's where dominance goes. That's where it's going to be fucking lit. That's what I want to see from one of these guys. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed. Again, I understand it, and it's definitely the way I would probably behave in the situation. But it's these guys are all I kind of really want to go to New York or LA or. I kind of want to go to one of those teams. Mm-hmm. I want to see somebody who's the party is me. I am the guy that matters here.
I mean, why would you want to go to a place where there's like nothing to do, like New Orleans, though, you know.
I don't think it's necessary for me to react to that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's so weird that we carved the faces of presidents into a mountain.
Yeah, I don't think that we should have done that.
Yeah, probably, right?
Right by there is the Crazy Horse sculpture that is never going to get finished.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Crazy Horse Monument? It's like a monument of this Native American legend. It's supposed to be like this giant chiseled statue, like unbelievably massive, like this Native American man with like flowing hair riding a horse. And it's like considerably way bigger than Mount Rushmore, and it's like right by it. We used to go to South Dakota growing up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be our vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not gonna, like I had a speck of the monument as a kid, just like a little model of it, flowing hair, riding a horse. Just do a Google search, Crazy Horse Monument, and but all that they've really done is his face. And like you can sort of see his arm and the horse come into just. I don't know what the status of it is now. I don't know if they'll ever finish it. The monument's a little more ambitious than reality dictates.
Man, hope they do.
Yeah, it would be sick, dude.
Sick.
I would go see it for sure.
Be dog. Riggedy roo.
The monument has been in progress since 1948.
Wow.
If completed as designed, it would become the world's second tallest statue after the State of Unity.
What is the State of Unity?
A colossal statue of Indian statesman and independence activist Sardar, I'm definitely not going to say his middle name correctly, Patel, who was the first Home Minister of independent India and the chief adherent of Gandhi. And where is it located? Well,
it's not of Gandhi?
No, it's Gandhi's friend.
Huh.
It's the Gandhi's friend statue.
Okay. Just kind of seems like maybe we could have saved that one for Gandhi, you know?
Well, the Gandhi lover has apparently logged on, but I'm not going to...
Wow! What, do you not like Gandhi?
No, I like Gandhi. I'm not going to pretend to know enough about this man and the history of the stuff to say, like, who should be a statue and not be a statue. You know, the statue decider has logged on.
Yeah, but should it be the biggest? Like, at the very least, you can be like, should it be the biggest statue?
Well, again, that's a decision that you're comfortable making, but I'm not comfortable making that decision.
Yeah, you might be right about this. If you had to make a statue, a huge statue of one American president, who would you go with? President?
I don't want to do a president.
You don't? What? Okay, any American. Got to go Martin Luther King on that one, probably, right?
No, you got to go. I'm going Ben Gordon.
The Chicago Bulls guard Ben Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben Gordon grabbing his nuts.
How would you feel about like an unnervingly colossal Michael Jordan statue?
Pretty intimidated, probably.
What if you woke up one day and you walked out of your house and the building across from your house had been demolished and it had been replaced with like a building-sized statue of Michael Jordan?
My building that I live in?
Across the street from your building.
Well, I like that building across the street, so I'm like, I don't want that to happen.
What if it was a replacement level building?
I don't want these people to lose their house.
Okay. Presuming they were given suitable housing options. Now, given this is, I'm imagining a society that doesn't exist. If that happened, like they would, they would just completely fuck these people to get this Michael Jordan statue up. But if theoretically they didn't, how would you feel about that statue?
This is a hypothetical I'm not interested in entertaining.
Okey-doke. I mean, is there one you'd like to entertain?
Yeah, sure. You got any others?
What if Zion Williamson showed up to your house and was like, somebody paid me to beat you up?
I would just be like, who paid you?
What do you think he would say?
I don't know. You're the dictator of this scenario.
Okay. Like, who has enough money to pay Zion Williamson to beat you up? And
Jerry
also
Reinsdorf
wants to, yeah, probably Jerry Reinsdorf. He's just
like, but Zion. No, there's no way that would happen though. Because why would he do that?
Because Jerry Reinsdorf paid him a bunch of money.
No, but like, why would Zion? Like, he's going to make a lot of money playing basketball. Why would he just take a lot of money to beat somebody up?
I'm sorry. Do you think that there's a point where you have enough money?
Well, I just think that if he can become a multimillionaire by doing something he loves, there's no need for him to take more money to do.
In fairness, I mean, how do we know he doesn't love beating up John Wilmes?
He might just love beating up, formerly slender.
He's an adjunct? Yeah. Oh, that motherfucker. He is about to devour fist sandwiches, baby.
He just hates me for figuring out how to get legal income from college.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cold, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think of what motivation could possibly exist for him to want to do that. That's the best I can do. I had the best pancakes I've ever had in my life recently.
Oh shit. Tell me all about them.
This was in Tennessee when I was on my trip, and they were just fluffy but also crispy, and I just really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was pretty good. I'm bummed out there's just like less to draw from now with NBA.
Did you hear that Joe Biden said he didn't like Roe versus Wade?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Just every day a new one of these things pops up.
I'm sitting out these battles for a while.
You are? Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much time.
I started to get in an online shoving match with a friend of ours about Warren yesterday.
I don't want to know about this.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. People gotta save their fervor for later. It's not time for all this.
They haven't even had a debate yet.
It's like I'm following, like I'm watching what's going on. I'm watching what people are saying, what people are suggesting policy wise, but I'm not like getting in my feelings about it. It's way too early for that. Mm-hmm. That's all.
I need to watch John Wick 2.
Oh, that's good.
Because I want to see John Wick 3.
Me too. You know what? I'm going to text some friends and see if they want to go see it this weekend.
Oh, cool. Like right now?
Oh, I might as well do it while I'm talking to you, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got I'm seeing a press screening of Aladdin next week. It's all the way out in Tualatin or something. Tigard, sorry. And I think I'm going to try to see if somebody else will see it with me so we can go together in a car.
I think we've ran out of stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, probably. Thanks for listening. Rate and review on iTunes. Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/takeitabreakit. We got a new thing we're going to do for the Patreons.
We got a very special guest we're going to talk to soon, too.
Oh, yeah, we do. I forgot about that.
Maybe later next week. That's what I'm going to suggest to them.
We do have a very special guest me and John are going to talk to.
Yeah, can't wait.
I think I might do regular one tomorrow morning too. All right. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.